Hi, welcome to Do the Talk podcast. This is your real estate podcast where we teach regular people how to invest in real estate. If you are looking to invest in real estate, you have come to the right place. I am your host today. My name is Hamid Lawal and my co-host here is Ibrahim Ojonide. We are here today to discuss an important topic. But before we do that, let me, say hi to my boss here. Ibrahim, how are you doing today?
I'm doing well. How are you?
I'm
You are the
doing great.
boss. So today, like Ahmed said, we always come here and talk to you guys about anything concerning real estate. And today we want to talk about how you can prepare your home for the fall and the winter.
Yeah.
We all know that before you know where the fall, we are at the fall right now, but before you know where the fall will runs out and we'll get to the winter.
Yeah.
One of the things you have to do is to make sure your property is well prepared for the winter and the fall that we are in right now. Ahmed is going to start us all with all the things you have to do to make sure your property is well prepared. That way you can enjoy your winter and the fall without having unnecessary, disturbance, increase in bills or, unnecessary repairs and all that. So Ahmed, what are the things people need to be conscious about or start doing now so that the fall that we are in right now and the winter that is coming will be a good one, good experience?
Yeah, as a property owner or even a renter, if you are renting a house, these things are concerning you as well. It's not just to a property owner. So we know we just get out of a warm weather. At least we are moving out of it right now, and just like everybody, we are wearing our hoodies, getting warm and all that. Pests are running from cold weather as well. So now it's time for them to find a warm place, to spend their winter and fall. So one of the warm place they will be running into is your house. So you want to make sure you have all the pest control and you put it in all the open area like the windows, the doors and everything, just so these guys doesn't get into your house, because we all know it's expensive to get them out. Once they get in, so you want to make sure you are doing your due diligence and to be able to get some pests out, because they are very, very small. You need to run your vacuum every other day, if you can do it daily. And if you don't have that time, you can do it weekly. Run your vacuum so that it takes out all these crawling pests. Or even if you have a hardwood floor, you can mop it with all these disinfectants that can kill those germs and pests and all that. So pest control is a very big one in my opinion. At least I have a pest control schedule for a house tomorrow
that's
now.
good.
So we are seeing them coming into the warm temperature because they want to warm up just like human as well. Ibrahim, do you have any things that people should be
Yes.
doing for preparation of fall and winter?
That's a good question. Thank you so much. So, I may have talked about some of the, critical ones that you have to pay attention to. Just going to add to it. We all know that every year, the material or the product that they use on constructing our property, it wants out like it wins out. It runs bad every year. It's gradual. Some of them, it's not something that go bad so obviously or something, but we have to pay attention to caulking around our house.
Oh yeah,
It's a big one, because even around the window, because those caulking, they have their own lifespan. It's some of them, it wins out 1 or 2 years or 3 years, and what happens is if we don't pay attention to it, we may not notice that, because the line or the space where the hot air or cold air is coming in and out of the house might be little, and the fact that it's not where we are directly in contact with, we don't see it, we don't feel like it's a big deal. However, the difference will really tell on your bills,
Yeah.
especially if it's a big
House.
exit and entry, a hole at the window, it's gonna really affect. And again, if it's a big house, thank you for that.
Yeah.
It will really affect your bill because if cold air is rushing into your house because there's a big gap or hole in between, then it's gonna run your bill up because your furnace will try to be at the temperature that you set it to, and the fact that there's a hole that is, a cold air is rushing into your house, the furnace has to run a little more to make sure it balance off because we all set our majority of us set our furnace on automatic.
Yeah.
And when it's auto, the furnace will keep running and keep running.
Yeah.
Okay. But when everywhere is airtight, you've caulked everywhere, you make sure there's no hole around your window, it helps because then the furnace does not have to run for forever. It will shut off when it gets to the targeted temperature.
Yeah.
So what am I saying here? Go around your house, look around, and make sure that there's no hole around your window, your house. If you see your gutter, this is another one. This fall, I think we had rain a few days ago. We probably will still have some rain again.
Yeah.
Which is good. But when your gutter is clogged, maybe because when it's fall, all the leaves start falling down.
Flogging
Now
the rain.
thank you. When they clog that place and the rain couldn't push the clog down, what will happen is you have a lot of water sitting in your gutter.
Yeah.
And what that will do, the implication of that, it creates mold around the gutter. If it's just the gutter, it would have been okay, but it will also be touching the surface, the wood around the the trim and everything. And before you know it,
moving into the house.
thank you. The mold will start growing because the wood will get softened just because of the water, too much moisture, and the mold will start moving because the wood will absorb the water and will start growing inside the house. And you don't want that because it's very expensive to treat mold these days.
Yeah.
You and I know that. So all these little things, sometimes it's just something you don't even need to call anybody. You can just get a fishing rod and fish out the clog out. That way water can come down from your gutter. Another one is I've talked about air coming inside. Okay, the gutter. Okay, you want to make your house beautiful because during the winter, which is the cold appeal, and the fall, when there's a lot of leaves on the floor, it sometimes is. So if you have a big tree in front of your house, it will occupy your driveway, occupy your entryway and everything. Now, if you have some time to spare, just clear the leaves because that alone can cause a fall risk.
Yeah.
It can cause a fall because if the stairs is covered with the leaves and you barely see where the exact step. Thank you. You might put your foot on the wrong step, on the wrong part of the step, and you fall. Wrong part of the stairs, rather, and you fall. Yeah. And that might cost you even way more than what would have cost you to just clear the leaves away. Okay. So, how do you prepare for winter? Try to get some sand. Of course, you can use salt, but it's not really recommended because salt may damage your concrete. Yeah. But if you have sand, it will help with traction. During the winter, try to get something, a nice shovel. Shovel your snow. But shovel immediately when it snows. Don't let it get stacked up and everywhere is
all frozen
before you start doing that. Of course, we're not telling you to freeze yourself in ice. No, that's not what we are saying. We are just saying immediately the snow comes down and you have that, you are well prepared, you get up, put it on a protective clothes and jacket and like nice gloves and everything. Go out there and shovel your snow, especially when it's safe to do that. Yeah. So do not let it pile up where everywhere is frozen and a lot of people, if you know how many people have like that slide and fall and come to the hospital, or people with frostbite. Yeah. It's really enormous every year. So how do you avoid this? Is to be prepared. Get another thing that we need to talk about. we should have, every family should have like a first aid kit. And like a, like a torchlight,
Yeah.
like something to help
For
when the light,
emergency.
yes, when the light goes off, or if you have to charge your phone. There's nothing wrong having a power bank.
Yeah.
There's nothing wrong with that, because at least you can have something to communicate,
Yeah.
get help when you need it.
Yeah.
So these are little things. I mean, this topic is not really. We are not telling you what you haven't heard before.
Yeah.
We are here to just tell you that there are little stuff that you need to do that will make you better prepare for the fall and winter. Ahmed, so I mean, I've talked about pretty much these are the things that are common things that people need. But is there any other thing you want to add to that, or how do you think people will better prepare?
Well, yeah, absolutely. You hit a lot of good points, which is very helpful. In fact, one of them is where I will be coming in. Like clearing your leaf before the cover where you're going to be stepping
Yes.
into, or even someone coming on your property, they are not familiar with where to step. If they step in, make a wrong step in, and they broke their wrist or something, they might be coming after your insurance.
Yeah.
So that is a very big one. Another one that is similar to it that I will be adding is lightning on the outside of the house. Because we always care about the inside, but we forget about the outside. Mind you, we're going to be having shorter days before and winter time. So by 6 p.m. sometime, everywhere is dark and it looks like 9 p.m. in the summer, or 11 p.m. in the summer. So having a good lightning is a very, very good one. I'm having someone install a light in one of our units today as well, because at this at this point, if people are coming back from work, they are just tired. They are not being patient like when they are leaving in the morning. They can make a wrong step in, and before you know it, it becomes a lawsuit on your insurance, and your insurance is just going to skyrocket from there. And we know insurance are not cheap lately. So these are little things that can prevent bigger issue down the line. So just $200, $100 can save you tons of thousands with all these little measures. Also, another one is you want to test your smoke detector at this point.
Wow, that's a big one.
Yeah, smoke detector, CO. We are actually doing an inspection around one of our properties that we manage. And I discovered that the CO vent that takes the water heater smoke out has been disconnected.
Wow.
Next to the ceiling.
Wow.
So now we have to find someone that can, join them back or wrap them or do the amendment so that the CEO is not staying in the house. So, little things like that is very, very big, which lead me to inspection. Just take a general inspection of everything in the house, just to minimize the risk of them breaking down at the time that just like Ibrahim said, prepare for emergency during the winter, because things can happen, light can go out, things can happen that you will need torchlight, need first aid kit, stuff like that can be handy during winter. So I've talked about lightning, I've talked about smoke detector. Another big one is to inspect your feasible plumbing that are not insulated.
That's good.
In a freezing month, I always advise tenants, when you are going for extended weekend or anything like that, make sure you leave your faucet dripping.
That's good.
So that water keep running in and it's not frozen and get busted. So you want to inspect your feasible plumbing pipe in such a way that if they are close to where they can get frozen, you create some sort of insulation around it. So that way it prevents that frozenness, because pipe burst is not cheap.
Yeah.
Whenever it happens, those guys knows they are going to make a lot of money, and they always capitalize on that. So pipe burst is not cheap. So I would say make sure you inspect the plumbing that you it's have higher chance of getting really really cold. So these are the ones that I have right now, Ibrahim.
Yeah.
It's in winter months, and it's 4 months going into winter, and things like all this little stuff make a huge difference.
Definitely.
And a lot of people just ignore it, and this is why I always say, when you hire property manager, this is a time that you want to give you don't want to give them like too much distance. You want to because you want to remind them, let them know, okay, have you done the 4 inspection yet? We usually put our inspection around 4 times, because that is when all this issue is really really critical. And yeah, they start, and they're really really critical. In the autumn months, people don't really care because everybody likes summer. But when it's getting cold, you want to make sure you take a proactive measure, and before things get beyond repair, go beyond repair, you want to make sure you talk to your property manager at this time, like, hey, have you done any inspection this time? Stuff like that, just to remind them in case they are not doing it. So that's everything from me, Ibrahim. Do you have any other thing, or we can just wrap up?
Yes, we're about to wrap up now. So I just want to say, you guys, Ahmed mentioned about the plumbing, like leaving your water dripping. It sounds like you're going to be wasting water. However, trust me, it is cheaper to run that water, let it drip, than the negative part, which is, or the possibility of you fixing your pipe if you get busted. Because that, it might get, the crazy thing is your pipe may get busted in the wrong place. It's one thing to get busted like right at the sink. It would have been easier because they would just take it out and put it on.
They might have to open the wall.
What about if it's in the wall? And the crazy thing, the water is going to mess the whole drywall, especially if you don't catch it, because of course you've traveled. If
you don't come back to a flooded house.
So trust me, it is cheaper to let it drip than your pipe getting busted. So little things like that. Of course, we know it's not free. You have to buy those items, call somebody if you don't know how to do it. However, it still saves you money. It's better than the negative, or the other side that we are trying to encourage you not to be prepared. That way you don't experience it, because it will later cost you more if you let those winter effect, the negative effect, affect your property. So again, my name is Ibrahim. I'm still selling property. If you want to talk to me, 317-728-0213. Anything concerning real estate, go to iBeauto.us. Ahmed, how can they reach out to you?
They can, go to acopm.com, www.acopm.com. And our number is there. You can email us. You can request your free rental assessment there. You can reach out to us. You call us, and you can reach out to us on social media. I have, people reaching out to me on TikTok lately, and that's good. I encourage that. Please do reach out to us anywhere you can, so that we can get you everything you need concerning property management. And if you need any off-market deals as well, please do reach out to us. Until next week, peace.
So.